The Taedong River, flowing about 50 kilometers down from Pyongyang, the capital of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, will lead you to the West Sea Barrage, located between Nampo City and South Hwanghae Province. The West Sea Barrage. At Yeongnam-ri, Nampo City, where the Barrage Dam begins, there stand the entrance towers and group sculptures dedicated to the constructors. The old monument there tells about the immortal exploits of President Kim Il-sung and leader Kim Jong-Il of the DPRK, who wisely led the barrage construction along with the heroic feats of the servicemen constructors. The Taedong River, before the barrage was built, could not be used for agriculture and industry because it would become salty by the rising tide. President Kim Il-sung took the initiative of building the barrage as a part of his grand nature remaking program. On May 22, 1981, he personally came down to the estuary of the river and, after scrupulous study of water depth and tidal flow there, decided to have the barrage built at the present area. The designers worked out voluminous plans in a short span of time, cherishing the pride and honor that they were taking part in a work for the everlasting prosperity of the fatherland. Technicians and other builders, totaling tens of thousands, was gigantic and difficult. They had to control the wild sea with a strong tidal current. It was indeed a war between the outrageous sea and man. They pushed ahead with the construction of the cofferdam around the lock area and the earthen dam across the river simultaneously. To overcome the tide that comes every 6 hours, Koreans introduced original construction methods. They made iron cylinder packs weighing over 1,500 tons and drowned them scores of meters down to the sea bottom to build the cofferdam. The Korean People's Army soldiers found themselves in most difficult workplaces, saying, "Let us commit ourselves to both national defense and socialist constructions." Their indomitable spirit of self-sacrifice displayed for the prosperity of the nation, can be traced from every part of the barrage. Water is being drained from the lock area by many pumps working simultaneously, so the land billion-year long hidden under the sea is now ready to show its appearance. The wild sea has given way to man's efforts, and the foundation of water locks begins taking shape there. The whole nation supported the construction. Backed up by self-reliant industry, all the soldier and civilian builders tried to crack work records, willingly greeting new days at their work sites. Leader Kim Jong-il always closely followed the progress of the project so that it could be completed at an earliest possible date, as the president wanted. He came to the construction site again on April 11, 1984. Examining the whole state of construction, he appreciated that a great deal of work had been done within a year since his previous visit the year before. He discussed with the builders about all pending problems, including procedure and methods of construction, and taught how to tackle them. On September 19, 1985, when the construction was approaching to its final stage, Kim Jong-il came here again with President Kim Il-sung. They pinpointed the main targets in the construction and, encouraging the builders, showed ways how to unite the sophisticated scientific and technical knots. Inspired by their leaders, the constructors created new records in concrete placing work by casting 21,000 cubic meters of concrete a day, a good parallel to a work of a city building, which led to an early completion of the locks. Destroying the coffer dam was almost as hard as building it. The project was truly a summing up of construction engineering, hydraulic engineering, hydrometeorology, and all other science and technology humanity has so far achieved. The Korean scientists and experts, however, successfully made it with ingenious thought and bold action. Soldiers of about 20 years of age took up dangerous work in deep water.
바다 밑에
revolving bridge weighing 1,200 tons, which would enable trucks and trains to run along the Barrage Dam, was assembled in a matter of 2 days and 2 nights. The dam is checking the river flow with an opening of only 150 meters now and then 100 meters. The speed of water current through the 60-meter opening increases up to 20 meters per second. Along with the advance in construction of lock chambers and sluices, the construction of the earthen dam is nearing its final stage. Amid the nation's attention, the Dadong River has at last stopped its flow. How many trials and bottlenecks these servicemen, scientists and technicians have come through in high yet self-sacrificing spirit to make this happy moment. The barrage construction, which had started in May 1981, was at last completed in June 1986. The project consumed tens of millions of cubic meters of gravels and sand, 280,000 tons of steel, 1,100,000 tons of cement, 500 tons of non-ferrous metals and other materials in enormous quantity, which amounts to $4 billion. In a period of 5 years, they built an 8-kilometer-long dam across the wild estuary and set up 3 lock chambers and 36 sluices. The sluices, once all opened, can drain 42,000 cubic meters of water per second to lower the water level of the river in rainy season. But usually, those 5 in the lift are enough to keep a normal water level of the river. The barrage with lock number 1, designed for 2,000-ton class vessels, lock number 2 for 50,000-ton class vessels, and lock number 3 for 20,000-ton class vessels, has an annual capacity of 45 million tons of cargo passage. The barrage also has several fishways available for fish in breeding season. Gray mullets, eels, puffers, and other species can trip between the sea and the river. There are small low-head hydro stations using water flow through sluices. They supply power for the running of the barrage. The West Sea Barrage Monument Tower stands on the B Islet. It resembles an anchor and serves as a lighthouse at night. Near the waterlocks, there is a monument inscribed with the autograph of President Kim Il-sung. It reads, The West Sea Barrage is a great achievement our people made in self-reliant and tireless revolutionary spirit. Glory to the barrage constructors. On June 24, 1986, President Kim Il-sung inaugurated the barrage on the site. He highly praised the soldier builders and scientists and technicians for their feats displayed in building the barrage in self-reliant spirit. Thanks to the West Sea Barrage, the Dadong River is now quite free from tidal influence, and easy voyages of large vessels help enhance cargo dealing capacity of Nampo and other ports around. The West Sea Barrage forms a ground loop line linking Nampo City and South Hwanghae Province, a great help to the traffics in the western part of the country. The lower part of the Dadong River, now a big man-made lake, reserves 2.9 billion tons of water. It feeds many waterways, including the Pyeongnam-Oncheon Waterway, which irrigate such areas as South Pyongan Province, Nampo City, South Hwanghae Province, and parts of Pyongyang City, freeing from drought a vast area of 340,000 hectares of cropland. The question of water supply for industry and daily need in the western areas has been solved as well. The West Sea Barrage, along with other ones on the Dadong River, prevents damage from flood and offers favorable conditions for trade and transportation, thus making a contribution to the Korean people's struggle for prosperous nation building. The Dadong River is virtually a grand fish farm, and its beautiful banks render good resort places for the people. President Kim Il-sung took to the barrage Jimmy Carter, former President of the United States, during his visit to the DPRK in June 1994 and posed for a souvenir picture with him. Visitors from abroad say, "It is a great creation, a result of gigantic power and spirit, a self-reliant economy. A grand monument that could be built by the Korean people only, led by the great leaders." The Korean people feel proud of the West Sea Barrage that attracts the eyes from all parts of the world.